Good morning, children. Welcome back to the social session. Children, for the past few days, we were trying to understand about the agriculture in India. So, as part of that, we tried to understand the different crops being cultivated in the country and what is the importance of agriculture. Also, we tried to understand in the last class. So, we came to an understanding that majority of the people in the country possess their livelihood by agriculture. So, agriculture is an important economic activity in the country, and most of the women in the rural areas are also dependent upon agriculture. And we also divided the landholders in the country in the last class, children. So we divided them as marginal farmers, small farmers, semi-medium farmers, or the medium farmers, and large farmers. So who is considered as a marginal farmer? The people who possess less than 2.5 acres of land are called as marginal farmers, and the farmers who possess between 2.5 to 5 acres of land are called as small farmers. The farmers who possess more than 25 acres of land are considered as a large farmers. So we have seen, and I told you to go through the table given in the textbook also, children. So in the textbook, it is given the percentage of the number of farmers in the entire population. You can see that under the semi-medium, 10% of the population or 10% of the total farmers are under the semi-medium, and under the medium you find only 4.3%. But majority of the farmers are marginal or the small farmers. Marginal are many. Nearly 924 lakh farmers are under the marginal farmers. That means majority of the farmers are the small landholders. The Indian distinct feature, it is one of the distinct feature of the Indian agriculture. Okay, most of the people are the marginal farmers. When you look at the dependence of agriculture on the natural factors like rain, temperature, and many other soil, many other natural factors, agriculture crops depends on seasons and natural resources such as soil, water, and sunshine for cultivation. So temperature and rainfall conditions are important for this, and which are not under the control of the human beings. So some crops can be cultivated only in specific seasons. As I was telling you, some crops are grown only in Kharif season, some crops are grown only in Rabi season. So in specific conditions only some crops are grown. For example, you take watermelon. Watermelon generally grows fruit. Watermelon is a fruit which generally grows only in Zaid season. In the summer season you come across this one. Seasonal fruits, seasonal vegetables, only as per the season they grow. And regardless of some crops can be cultivated regardless of the seasons also, if there is availability of the water and other inputs. Therefore, in any region, different crops or different seasons may help us in growing the crops. When you visit a Santa, a fruit or vegetable market in your town, the different seasons you will notice because of the different fruits and vegetables you see there. So these are also, there are also variations in the natural conditions between different regions in the country. What is available in South India may not be available in North India. What is available in North India may not be available in South India. For example, wheat. Wheat is abundantly grown in Rabi in a northern region, but whereas wheat is not grown in South India. Paddy is well grown in South India, but not in the northern region. So you find these natural variations because of the conditions present in these regions also. Besides land reforms such as the abolition of Jamindari system, land ceiling act, the Indian government also has initiated important policy changes on agriculture. These can be seen in 3 phases. The first phase is between 1950. The first phase is between 1950 to 1965. That is between 1950 to 1965. And second phase is between 1966 to 1990. And the third is post 1990. Post 1990 means after 1990. So these are the first phase. This is the first phase. This is the second phase and third phase. In order to understand the development of agriculture, we need to study these 3 phases. Between 1950 and 1965, children, the Indian government invested heavily on agriculture, especially on irrigation and power projects. So it was hoped that this would raise the crop production and solve the problems of food shortage in the country, because at the time of independence we were importing the food grains from the other countries. So in order to solve that problem, the government of India after independence has invested a lot on the projects, especially on Nagarjuna Sagar, Bakranangal project, Hirakud project. These big projects were built only after independence. And the big dams for irrigation, they have been built, and even for the electricity production, like Bakranangal project in Himachal Pradesh, Damodar Valley project in West Bengal, Hirakud project in Odisha, Nagarjuna Sagar in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, Gandhi Sagar in Madhya Pradesh, so were constructed after the independence between this period, 1950 to 1965 period. And the area which was under cultivation and irrigation area went both went up, and crop production also increased during this period. During this phase, the government promoted the formation of the farmers cooperative societies and also appointed an agricultural extension officer in order to look after the development of agriculture in the villages and at the mandal level, to provide technical support to the farmers, because the traditional knowledge has to be replaced with the technical knowledge and with the research knowledge. So for that reason, an agricultural extension officer was also appointed by the government. A variety of initiatives, especially for the small farmers, were taken up during this period at the mandal and block level through community development programs. During these, despite these developments, there was a food shortage continued during 1962-65, when there was a war with China and Pakistan. The government has spent a lot of money on the war. There was very little rain also. There were drought-like conditions in these years in 1965 and 1966, which were declared as a drought years. 1965 and 66 are considered as a drought year. Drought, what is a drought, children? The shortage of a rainfall, the scarcity of rainfall is considered as a drought. So the government declared as a drought, and this led to the shortage of food grains. That means there is a decline in the food grain production, and forced the government to import the food grains from the other countries once again. This situation of depending on other countries for food requirement worried the Indian leaders, and the government began to change the policy towards agriculture. And this phase was called as a Green Revolution. That is the second phase. 1966 to 1990 is called as a second phase, and that is considered as a Green Revolution. Green Revolution means there was a change in the agricultural production. There was an increase in the agricultural production. A new seeds were introduced in order to increase the production, and abundant usage of fertilizers and pesticides was brought into the Indian agricultural market. We shall see about the second phase of the Indian agriculture in the next class, children. Until then, take care. Thank you.